Being positive will literally change your life. Have you ever woken up in the morning and felt completely lost or even unsure about what you're doing with your life? You wake up and you don't really know what you're doing with your life. You wander around with no real purpose, almost like a robot. You don't enjoy what you do, and every day gets worse. We've all been there at some point in our lives. Here's something you might not want to hear, but really need to understand. The more you stay negative, the harder it will be to become positive. It's like the law of inertia. If you don't know about inertia, it's kind of like momentum. The law states that if a body is at rest or moving at a constant speed in a straight line, it will remain at rest or keep moving in a straight line at constant speed unless it is acted upon by a force. In other words, objects that are moving tend to keep moving, while objects that aren't moving tend to stay that way. Apply this to you. If you're negative, you will tend to stay that way. Get out of it as soon as possible, and your life will literally change. Now, I'm not saying that being positive is the solution to everything, but it helps. Everyone has problems, but there's a huge difference between approaching them with negativity and approaching them with positivity. If you're positive, you'll see things that you would not see otherwise. You start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, which is so important if you also want to stay motivated. Are you with me so far? Good, because in today's video, I'm going to teach you how to think positively. Grow a winner's mindset. Become a productivity beast. Become motivated and be in the zone all the time. Does this sound interesting? Because I'm 100% sure that it is. You see, on this channel we have one goal: to give you as much free value as possible. We believe that by doing that, we will grow our channel. I mean, we didn't get to 700,000 subscribers by giving generic advice. We're here to actually help you achieve your dreams in the financial and personal field. All we ask in return is for you to take a couple of seconds and subscribe to our channel. Done? Good. Thank you for your support. Now, let's get into it. Number 1. Understand that you need to start small. If you want to build momentum, you need to start small and change little habits. Don't try to eliminate negative habits. That doesn't really work. Instead, try to replace them with positive ones. There's a rule to remember. It usually takes about 14 days to develop a new habit, and 90 days to make it a lifestyle. Keep this rule somewhere in the back of your head, and remember, start small. Because do you really think that you're going to go from waking up at 12 p.m. every day, eating chips and watching Netflix, to waking up at 5:30 a.m. to work out and have a morning running session? That's so unrealistic. Yet so many so-called gurus keep pushing this idea. You need to start with small things that give you momentum and satisfaction. They are called mini successes. Let me introduce them to you. Number 2. Start using mini successes. Many successes are simple daily tasks that you will schedule. These very simple tasks will be done first thing in the morning to get you going. A small success is the first thing in the morning will make you feel like you want to do more. It gets you into that right what's next mentality. A very good example is making your bed as soon as you wake up.
If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task, and another, and another.
And this is how you build momentum. To get in the zone, it's as simple as just starting. Most high-performance people don't always feel like it. They don't feel like getting out of bed. They don't feel like working out. They don't feel like starting that new project. But still, they do it. Why? Because they understand that in order to get in the zone, you have to start somewhere and work with what you have. Number 3. Take serious care of your environment. Your environment has a huge influence on the person you will become. You've probably heard the saying, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That's so true. If you spend time around people that are negative, who always complain about life and things and have no ambition, you'll tend to become just like them. Surround yourself with like-minded people, preferably winners. And ideally, they must be people that operate in the same field as you and have the same or higher level of achievement. People at the same level as you will motivate you to compete and can hold you accountable, which we'll talk about in a minute. People at a higher level are people that work in the same area as you and that have already achieved what you're trying to achieve. For example, if you're trying to become a film director, it'd be a great idea to surround yourself with fellow film enthusiasts and some film directors that have already made it in the field. They'll give you valuable lessons and will save you a lot of time. People call them mentors, but they don't necessarily have to mentor you. You can just ask for advice here and there. Most successful people will gladly give you advice. However, remember that in order to find a mentor, you shouldn't expect anything from anyone. Nobody owes you anything, so it's very likely that they'll want something in return for their time. Here's the story of how I found and kept my first mentor. I'm not going into details. We actually made a video about that, and you can find it in the description down below. But in a few words, he used to work in marketing. And for me to even get his attention, I had to work for free for a while. Was it worth it? Absolutely. Number 4, have others hold you accountable. So, we've talked about how your peer group can hold you accountable. Since you're at the same level, you can help each other by making bets and challenges. Here's an example. Let's say that you and your friend are trying to grow muscles. You subscribe to the same gym, and you start going there 3 times a week. Or at least that was the plan. Yeah, in reality, you struggle to be there even just twice a week. After a month, you notice that this isn't working. You don't just need motivation, you need competition and some consequence for not being disciplined. You make a bet with your friend. The one that will miss the first workout has to pay the others $250 cash. You both agree, and guess what? You never again miss a workout. Why does this work? This is called getting others to hold you accountable, and it works like crazy. The consequences of not taking action are so frustrating and annoying that you're basically forced to do what you're supposed to do. You can also come up with other bets, like public pranks and other things. Get creative and have fun with it. Another good way to be accountable is to be public about your goals, which you have to set in advance. We also made a video on how to set goals. Check the description if you're interested. By declaring your goals to the world, you will start being afraid of the public humiliation of not following up on your promise. Your reputation, integrity, and credibility are at stake. This works great, too. The only danger with this is that it might even be too effective. Here's what I mean. It's totally normal for someone to change their mind about their current goals in life. For example, it isn't rare that college students change their minds. Maybe they want to get into business and become entrepreneurs, but their family never supported them. They promised everyone that they would finish that university degree and get a regular job like everyone else. And now they feel like they really have to get it done because they don't like the feeling of going back on their word. I think you can guess how this can have a negative impact on your life. You might end up living how others want you to live, not how you want to live. Anyway, let's talk about number 5. This one's important. Number 5, practice gratitude, meditating, and affirmations. This is also common, but it works like magic. Gratitude. Gratitude will give you more perspective on life. It will help you get out of your head and understand that things are going well. It will help you see your problems as challenges and help you understand that really, you could have worse problems. Meditating. This isn't for everyone, but it's worth trying. If you don't know where to start, there are countless apps online that you can download for free that will guide you through the process. Personally, I just fall asleep when I try meditation, but I know many people say that it's life-changing. So, give it a shot. Worst case scenario, you take a nap. Affirmations. Affirmations are phrases that pump you up in simple terms. They're related to your goals, and they're all about giving you the feeling of success without actually having achieved that particular goal. Here's an example. Let's say that your goal is to own a beautiful penthouse in one of the tallest buildings in New York. That's going to cost you millions and millions of dollars. What's the affirmation for that? It could look something like this. I can see the beautiful sea through the window of my penthouse in the building on XYZ Road in New York, and I feel fulfilled. Or something like this. When I open the window, I can feel the cold summer night breeze from the last floor on the tallest building in New York City. There are just a few rules to follow when you're writing affirmations, which you should read aloud every morning and before you go to bed. They must be in the first person singular, I. They must be in the present continuous form. I am feeling, I am achieving, I am easily making X amount of money, etc. They must be detailed. They must include one of the 5 senses. They must include emotions. They must contain positive adjectives. So this is it for now. We made dozens of videos just like this one on personal finance, business, and personal development. This is the place that you're looking for if you want to improve and seriously reach your true potential. There's nothing that can stop you. All you need to do right now is to watch our content and apply the knowledge we share with you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.